9/11, welcome back. State Superintendent Ryan Walters introducing sweeping accreditation reform at the Board of Education meeting yesterday. He joins us now to talk more about this and some other topics like teacher recruitment and a tutoring program that launched, and some additions to that launching next month as well. Superintendent Walters, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me on this morning.
Happy to have you here. Let's talk about yesterday, this accreditation reform. A lot of people are talking about it. Run us through your proposed guidelines here.
Right, so what we've seen in Oklahoma education is the status quo has failed. We're 49th in our education results. We've got to start doing things differently. So what we've proposed is to have a threshold of 50% expectation on schools that more than 50% of students are at basic or above in reading and math. We've got to get back to the basics. Our kids have to understand the basics of math and reading in order to advance, to get a job, to get into high school, and to be able to effectively engage in programs like AP courses, career techs, things like that. So this puts a laser focus on student outcomes. We've never done it before. This will completely shift the education system to be laser focused on outcomes. If you don't hit the 50% mark, you have a deficiency, and then every year you have to show a minimum of 5% growth until you hit that 50% mark.
And what happens if districts or schools are not meeting that?
Yeah, so they start getting academic deficiencies. So what that does is it allows the State Department to start allocating more resources to that particular school. So tough decisions need to be made in some districts that have been failing year after year. So we're able to provide staff, support, resources. We get to go in, work on their professional development, work on the way that they're assessing student learning, work on the ways they're remediating students. So it gives us the ability to hyper-focus on those districts in order to help them make the tough decisions to get their school back on track. Because ultimately, what we want is we want the schools to all perform at a high level so that every kid has a great school and every parent's happy with the education of their child.
So the Oklahoma Education Association says that these changes could hurt some of those districts and schools that serve more economically challenged students. What is your response to that?
Well, the teachers union have been against every positive change in education. They have been the reason for us being at the bottom in education. So it doesn't surprise me at all that they're defending the status quo and don't want any changes to happen. The reality is, what we're going to do is provide accountability to ensure that all of our schools are doing all that they can to turn around, that every child has a great education, that every parent is happy with the education their child is receiving. The status quo has failed. That's obvious. We have got to do things differently, and that means change, that means reform, that means laser focusing on student outcomes.
And if I understand this correctly, with these proposals, say a district or a school loses accreditation, that could lead to school closures, right?
Sure.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So if that were to happen, what would happen to those students and the teachers at that school, at that particular school, who are affected by that?
Sure. Now, there's a lot of things that can happen between now and then, right? So when you start hitting deficiencies, what happens is the State Department begins to be more involved. So we start bringing the resources, the trainings, things like that. Then you start going down through a progress report on how you can improve. So that's when we start saying, look, are you going to fire some administrators? Are we going to get more money in the classroom? That's one of the things my administration has been laser focused on. Let's get more money out of bureaucracy and into teacher pay, into the resources that kids need in the classrooms. Are you going to shut down some school sites? We've been talking about that with Tulsa. Hey, the school that's been on an F list for 7, 8 years in a row and has less than 3% of kids reading on grade level, well, hey, maybe you shut down that school and move those students into 3 or the 4 high-performing schools in that area. So you've got to leave all options on the table, but what is unacceptable is the status quo that is not meeting the needs of our kids.
Okay, and hopefully to get all the students up to par and meeting these thresholds, you also announced a tutoring program last month. Talk to us about that and what it all entails.
Yeah, we're launching the most aggressive tutoring program in the entire country. We launched it over Thanksgiving break. We're doing a second round of it over Christmas, and what we're really building up to is a January launch of a tutoring program that will be paid through the State Department of Education that is based on the performance of the child. So not only are we going to pay for tutors, we're actively recruiting retired teachers. So any retired teachers out there, we'd love to have you come back in and help the kids. So not only do we pay for the hour, we are going to pay them based on results. These are the type of free market incentives we have to have in our education system. But this is how you get students that are behind. You target them, you get good tutors, you pay teachers to come in, spend that extra time, but you also provide the incentives that are based on student outcomes and performance. We're going to be the only state in the country doing this. Very excited about this. this is how we get our schools back on track.
You mentioned we started it over Thanksgiving break. We have another one, Christmas break. How'd it go over Thanksgiving break?
Oh, it was excellent. You know, we had some of the biggest school districts in the state sign on. Western Heights, Oklahoma City Public Schools helped launch that over Thanksgiving. It was great. The State Department, we provided the transportation and the food for the kids. The schools, hey, immediately jumped on, said, hey, we've got teachers ready to go, sign up to help kids. We've got community members ready to go. So we're going to continue to do that. But this is how we're seeing the Oklahoma spirit of folks coming together to say, absolutely, we'd love to sign up, help kids get caught back up. But this is why we've got to have reform, we've got to have a targeted approach, and we've got to continue doing things differently.
Okay, now let's talk about teacher recruitment and retainment. We want to keep our teachers here. We want to attract more teachers, address a shortage. You did announce earlier this spring some bonuses. How's that been going? Have any of those bonuses been paid? Have we had new teachers coming in?
Yeah, it's the most successful teacher recruitment program in the state's history. We had over 900 applicants. Over 500 folks have already received the bonuses to move into the state of Oklahoma to teach. And by the way, just to remind your viewers, this isn't just recruiting any teacher. They had to be high-performing teachers that were going into our areas of highest need. So this has been a tremendously successful program. We want to continue it in the future. We've been going around the country talking about how we've actively recruited teachers. And again, we used free market incentives. We said, hey, the places of high poverty, that's where we really want you to go. The schools that have struggled the most, we're going to incentivize you to go teach there. The performance of the teacher, we're going to pay you more when you do a great job. And so we've been able to use this approach to recruit some of the best teachers from the country to move to Oklahoma, to go into some of our schools that have struggled, and really help turn around student successes there in those areas.
Okay, a lot of important information, and just want to remind everyone on the proposals for the accreditation process. I forgot to mention it earlier. I know it goes to public comment next week, right before the board votes on that, so we will be keeping an eye on that one. Superintendent Walters, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you coming in.
Oh, thank you for having me on.
Of course.